Welcome to this tutorial on the Kubernetes YAML Metadata section. In this video, we'll explore how to properly define metadata for Kubernetes resources. We'll cover three essential components: names, labels, and annotations. Understanding these elements is crucial for effectively managing and organizing your Kubernetes objects. Let's dive in and learn how to work with the metadata section. Every Kubernetes resource has a metadata section that provides identifying information about the object. This section is a fundamental part of any Kubernetes resource definition. The metadata contains critical details such as the resource name, labels for organization, and annotations for additional information. In the example shown, you can see a basic pod definition with API version v1, kind pod, and a metadata section that includes a name field set to my dash pod, labels with app:/nginx, and annotations with a description field. This metadata helps Kubernetes identify, manage, and organize your resources effectively. The name field uniquely identifies a resource within a namespace. There are four important rules to remember when naming your Kubernetes resources. First, names must be unique within the same namespace and resource type. Second, they must follow DNS subdomain format, using only lowercase letters, numbers, hyphens, and dots. Third, most resources have a maximum length of 253 characters. And fourth, names must start and end with an alphanumeric character, not a hyphen or dot. Following these conventions ensures your resources are properly identified and accessible within your Kubernetes cluster. Labels are key value pairs attached to objects for organizing and selecting resources. They serve three primary purposes in Kubernetes. First, selection. Labels allow you to query and filter resources based on specific criteria. Second, organization. They help you group related objects together for easier management. And third, connections. Labels are used to link services to pods and establish relationships between different resources. Labels are essential for creating a well-organized and manageable Kubernetes infrastructure. Let's look at the syntax rules for labels. Label keys can optionally include a prefix followed by a slash and a name. The name portion has a maximum length of 63 characters, while the optional prefix can be up to 253 characters. Label values must be no more than 63 characters and can contain alphanumeric characters along with dashes, underscores, and dots. In the example, you can see common label usage with keys like app set to nginx, environment set to production, version set to v1.2.0, tier set to frontend, and team set to platform. These labels help categorize and identify your resources effectively. Label selectors are used to query and select resources based on their labels. There are two types of selectors available. First, equality-based selectors use the match labels field to select resources that have exact matching label values. In the example, the selector matches resources where app equals nginx and tier equals frontend. Second, set-based selectors use the match expressions field for more complex queries. These support operators like in, not in, and exists. The example shows selecting resources where the environment key has a value of either prod or staging. Both selector types are powerful tools for targeting specific groups of resources in your cluster. Annotations store non-identifying metadata that is not used for selection. This is the key difference between labels and annotations. While labels are used to identify and select resources, annotations are used to store arbitrary metadata for tools and libraries. Annotations can hold additional information that doesn't need to be queried or selected, such as build information, contact details, or configuration directives for external tools. Think of labels as organizational tags for filtering and selection, while annotations are informational notes that provide context and instructions. Let's explore some common use cases for annotations. First, build information. You can store timestamps, release IDs, and Git branches. Second, contact details. Include team names, email addresses, and phone numbers for resource ownership. Third, tool directives. Provide configuration for monitoring systems like Prometheus, logging tools, and ingress controllers. And fourth, documentation. Add descriptions, URLs, and references for better understanding. In the example, you can see annotations with description set to production web server, owner set to platform-team, build-version set to 1.2.3, and Prometheus configuration with scrape set to true and port set to 8080. Annotations provide valuable context without affecting resource selection or operations.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.